Okay. Hello. Not Instagram. Who am I talking to? YouTube world. How are you? We are gonna get this all locked and loaded. Let me just take these off. Okay. And we're gonna record the podcast. Okay. You guys ready? This one's gonna be kind of fun. I probably always say that because the podcast is fun for me. Do you have any of those weird hairs? Okay. Here we go. We're gonna do the podcast. And I gotta pull up my notes. Here's my notes. Okay. So let's get some screenshots for the team so they can do the covers. So we're gonna do something like this. Maybe we'll even do a funny one. Okay. It's enough for them to screenshot. All right. So here we go. Welcome everybody to another episode of Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and today, wait a minute, I need to make sure that I have the right mic. Okay, I do have the right mic on. Start again. Welcome everybody to another episode of Bella in Your Business. My name is Bella Vasta, and today we're going to talk about something really fun. I'm going to tell you a lot of stories. I'm going to tell you a lot of successes because it's like raining down, and it's sure to inspire you, at least to get you thinking, which is my sole job as you are doing whatever it is that you're doing. Tell me what you're doing. Are you walking the dog? Are you taking the kids to school? Are you folding laundry? Are you making dinner? What are you doing when you listen to this podcast? I'm really curious. Do not forget to like and subscribe. And, it's my goal to try to keep these short, like under 15 minutes or so that you can get this done in between the dog walks or the quick load of laundry that you're folding or whatever it might be. So go ahead and like and subscribe. Something really interesting I just saw on Spotify is you can leave all this feedback. So test that out. Do that if you listen on Spotify for me. Also, if we have never met, let's meet. You guys are literally the highlight of my day. All you got to do is go to jumpconsulting.net/20. That's 20 to get a free 20-minute pick my brain session where you can ask me anything and everything you would like in that 20 minutes. So I really love those. Those literally just light up my day. It's kind of like Russian roulette. I don't know what you're going to actually ask. So it's always fun. So let's get to know each other and go ahead and do that. Now I want you to think about your business. Who is your business bestie? Who do you have? I know if you're in the mastermind, you probably have an accountability partner, but let's just say you're not in the mastermind. Who is your business bestie? Someone that actually understands what your goals are, who's pushing you, who's holding you accountable, who's commiserating with you and celebrating with you. What are your limiting beliefs? What are the things about you and your life that actually end up coming over into your business? You're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. You're not, your opinion doesn't matter. What is it? What is it that's coming over from your personal life into your business that's holding you back in your business? I know all of you are thinking about something right now. There's got to be something, because usually there's a lot of things. Honestly, I have my things. And who's debating with you? Who's pushing past those stinking thinking, or that oh, well, I'll do it later. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Oh, whatever, insert excuse here. Who is debating with you and pushing you back and saying, no, actually you should do this, or something along those lines? And who's also calling you out on your stuff, shall we say it, because we try to keep this PG. But for any of you who have coached with me, I'm not PG. What is who is that person that just does not let anything slide with you? Who sometimes believes in you more than you believe in yourself? Who offers you hope when you feel like there's darkness? Who is that person? I want you to think about that. That's really important. If you are isolated and you're by yourself and you're in your head, it's probably one of the reasons why your business is stagnant. And when I say stagnant, maybe you are actually growing on paper, but you have no idea how. Like you haven't actually like intentionally grown. It's just like overgrown, like a tree that's just overgrown that needs to be pruned back. Alternatively, I want you to think about what is something that you've been wanting to do in the past 6 months, but you've been held back. It's still 6 months ago. It's literally like back in January, February, you're like, all right, this year I'm going to, and it hasn't happened. What is that one thing? What is something that you're dreading because you feel like that mountain is too tall to climb and you really want to get to that top of the mountain, but you're just like, oh my gosh, I need to blaze a trail and I just don't have the energy for it right now. Bella, you don't understand. My mom's in the hospital. My kids are in school. My husband is working too much. Everything falls on me. What is that mountain that you want to be at the top of, but you haven't been able to climb? What is something that you need to solve, but you haven't been able to dedicate the time to? Or you're just not sure if you're making the right decision. So then you're like in decision paralysis. What is something that you want to make happen, but you have no idea what the first step would be? It's like, it feels like that mountain. It's like, it's so big. You're like, how do I break this down? So I know all of this because not only have I come from this place, but I've also helped so many of you out of this place. And it's not a question of getting together with me for 45 minutes on Zoom, which, by the way, are very valuable, but they're really good for triage. They're good for, okay, I have this specific problem. I want to figure out how to solve it, and that's it. What I want to talk to you about today is a whole entire 8-hour day. Is when I come to you or you come and have a vacation here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I put you up in 2 nights of an Airbnb. Heck, you could take your husband, your significant other, your friend. I don't care. They can't be there when we're doing our work, but 2 nights in a beautiful place because I'm a little bougie. I have personally gone to like Dallas, Kansas City, Washington, Maryland, Boston, Chicago, Seattle, Milwaukee. I've had people come here and stay here in Arizona and do them. It's really up to the business owner. And the things that happen is like one time I had this girl who literally, she was like, hi, we're going up in the elevator and she's on the phone and she's texting the entire time. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? She didn't even know her numbers or how much her business was making until we actually got out her QuickBooks, which was in shambles, and just started adding stuff up. She had no idea she was even a 6-figure business. That's how like convoluted it was. You fast forward to a year later after we put in a bunch of action items and she's selling her business for, well, I probably shouldn't say all of that, but she's selling her business for a healthy 6 figures. Because she got her books in order, because she got her systems in place, because she decided that she wanted to move on to different things in her life. Another person that I met with had no idea how to hire. And it was like throwing spaghetti up against the wall and asking the most random, weird questions. And it came from a place of fear. And we redid her whole entire hiring process, like nitty gritty. Like there was not anything left at the end of that day that she had to make a decision or come up with. We had every single question, every single how we rate it and score it. We had every single email. We had everything done. And it was like 13 steps or something. And now she's got a line of people waiting to work for her. And the people that work for her are like all in on her social media, helping out with it. One person who came here was working a full-time job, and her partner had this company, and she wanted to retire herself. She wanted to like get out of that job and go full-time with their dog walking business. And she did. We figured out how much money it would take. We figured out who needed to do what, because there was when you have a partner, you guys, it's interesting because sometimes people are they don't talk honestly about what they actually want to do in the business. So this allowed them that space to do that and to be real with each other. Another one was one of the largest dog walking and pet sitting companies in the country that also has boarding. And I met with her and her partner too. And it was incredible. We again helped them all with their hiring process and their goals and what it was going to take to get them to multiple millions of dollars. That's the thing about these meetings, these all day things. It's not just for one person. You're not too small to do it. I've done people from conception, from startup, all the way to $1 million and everything in between, because business and mindset are the same no matter where you're at. Another took a complicated internal operations and smoothed it out so she could be in the position to acquire another company. And so when that opportunity came, it was easy for her to make the decision, yes, we're acquiring that company, because on her own, she grew from 200 to 800,000. And now she's projected to do over $1 million and acquire that other company, which would probably make her 1.5-ish, I'm guessing. You can't take on more and you can't grow unless you're actually intentional about it and have a plan. This doesn't mean that the plan always works because of multiple different reasons, whether it's you self-sabotaging or not sticking to the plan or getting distracted or not being disciplined or things just don't work out beyond your control. But the thing is when was the last time that someone actually sat down with you and talked to you about your business? Like really understood what it takes to grow your business or to even out your life. Let's even say, I'm talking even to the people that are like, you know what, we got plenty of revenue and I don't want to grow it because growing it means that I lose more of my personal life. So that doesn't mean we need to grow your business. It means that we need to readjust your position in your business, because none of us started this business so that we could be slaves to it, so that we could be held hostage and bondage to it, that it needs us morning, afternoon, night, all of that stuff, right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys did it so that you could have time and financial freedom. That's what I hear. Okay. So when was the last time that someone actually sat down and talked with you about your business? Are you operating in survival mode, focused on the day-to-day tasks instead of the strategy and growth, and every single thing that you do helps you move closer or further away from your goal? Because that's what we got to be focusing on. A lack of direction and vision for the business due to being stuck in your head. Whatever problems, and guys, I'm talking to myself right now, just so you know, whatever issues you have in your life with relationships or people or boundaries or time or money are going to come through in your business, because guess what? You're the same person. It's the same factor. It's the same common denominator in everything. And so it's interesting because when I find out how people are in business, I can usually pinpoint how their personal lives are too. And like I said, talking to myself, it happens with all of us. But how many times has someone actually poured into you, the overworked, sometimes underpaid, stressed out person who's just trying to make it work? Who do you feel like you can go to that actually understands you? Struggling to implement changes effectively due to limiting mindsets. Again, maybe you have a plan. Maybe you took a course. Maybe you took one of my courses and you're terrified to make that first step because what if you fail? Or you have some questions that you're not exactly sure on how to work out and how to get to the end of the goal, right? So you're just paralyzed in fear because you don't want to make a wrong step. And you'd rather not be paralyzed and not do anything wrong than try to take a step forward and not be perfection. All right. So I want you, if you've related to any of this, I want you to think about this. What would one day with me in your business do? I told you what it did for all the other people, but let me tell you exactly what happened. So like, I come in with a plan because you and I, we talk before we even see each other. And we say, okay, just tell me all your pain points. And I take all these notes and I create what I call an itinerary and I send it to you. So you know exactly what we're going in and doing. And then you feel like you also have something to hold me accountable to, which I want you to. I want you at the end of the day to feel like, yes, I finally solved this thing that I've been sitting on for 6, 7, 8, 12, 14, 18 months. And you also leave with all of these notes and resources. I tell people to record things. Sometimes they video record, sometimes they audio record, and it's like tiny sections so that we can go through it. We've built out scripts, we've built out emails, we've built out websites, we've built out pricing structure and strategies. Actually, I brought this up for the podcast so that I could go through and show you guys exactly what I've done, because I think it's kind of amazing when we see, it's basically, I'm going to read through some of the itineraries that we have, and the stuff that we've done, because people are like, oh, what do I do? Okay. So financial, creating a timeline, maintaining goals, assess current financial state and create financial targets, go through current interviewing and review phases, create a systematic, clear onboarding system that anyone can plug and play and all expectations are clear, create a training system for all your new employees. Let's see, operations, and organizational chart and organizational roles. Let's see, based off your fiscal needs, creating marketing plan on and off the pavement. So basically online and also out, pricing for clients, marketing strategy, paying contractors, marketing for contractors, marketing for clients, financial goals, operations, services offered, getting like rearranging the services, because a lot of times you guys are offering way too many services. Anyways, I could keep going on and on. I'm not going to bore you, but there's like so many things here. In fact, I should probably make this a menu, so when we do talk, you have this to kind of look at. But I digress. Y'all, you need someone in your business. It could be Bella in your business. It could not be Bella in your business, but I want you to shoot me an email if any of this sounds interesting to you. It's just bella@jumpconsulting.net, or probably for a quicker reply, jump@jumpconsulting.net. That is the wonderful and amazing Jillian. And when you email us, you can ask us about all of this. You can tell me that you heard about it on the podcast and we can talk about it. I want to be there to help you, and you can't keep doing business alone. Like, you just can't. It's difficult. It's overwhelming. And I just really want you to look at, what have you done in the past 6 months or year? What have you done this year? What did you want to start to do this year? And how have you accomplished it? Have you accomplished it? Because if the answer is no, and you're just kind of like wasting time and everything is just very stagnant, then we definitely need to like help you with that. So I want you to know that help is here, darling. That was Miss Doubtfire in my head. I don't think I did a good job of that. And definitely do that. Maybe you could just even just do a 20-minute consult and say, hey, Bella, like, how is this going? Because truth be told, it's very difficult for me to even say yes to people I don't know. So the very first step in any of this is literally doing jumpconsulting.net/20. And although we have the Zoom calls and they're very good, like I said, those are good for triage. I sell a 6-pack. It's 45 minutes each to use anytime in 6 months. I want to invite you guys to come to Arizona. It's actually going to get really nice in Arizona now. I mean, we're probably like 35 days over 110 right now, but I'm thinking towards September, October, when the rest of the country starts getting cold and you start bundling up, save some of your summer clothes, because it's going to be really nice here. It'll be the 90s, 100s. You could lay by the pool. You could see all the cacti. It's the most greenest desert ever if you want to come here. Or I might be able to fly to you as well. And you could make a business vacation out of it coming here. I want you to know that that option is there for you. I know there's a lot of you guys. There's about 1,000 of you guys that listen every single week. And I know I'm talking to someone that's been on the fence. What is it going to take you to get off the fence and finish this year strong, and maybe even plan for 2024? Maybe just finish out fourth quarter really strong here by the time we meet, and then make an amazing plan for 2024 ahead of the game. How would you feel to know that someone's in your corner that uniquely and distinctly understands all of your woes and celebrations? I've literally had, and we celebrate, I've had a girl who went and got a tattoo when she met one of her goals that we set. And there's so many things. And every single one of these intensives, I am, you know, uh, I was going to say 10 for 10. I don't know how many there've been, but every single intensive, people end up crying, and they end up crying because they have these breakthroughs, and it's a good thing. It's this release. It's this kettle that you've been holding on to with the steam for so long, feeling like nobody understands your business. Nobody understands the pet business. Everybody has an opinion, but nobody has any solutions. I've done this so many times, and I understand that it's more than just the how to and go here and press this button. It's a lot deeper than that. And I encourage you, and I welcome you, and I invite you. Let's do it together. This has been another episode of Bella in Your Business. I want to remind you that when life gets you down, always keep jumping. Bye now.